And we have already had a start in the Division II 8s grand final. Let me give you the lane assignments. In lane 6, closest to us, will be Western Washington. In lane 5, Central Oklahoma. In lane 4, UC San Diego. And in lane 3, FIT. We'll turn it back over to David and Mary to pick up this race.
All right, we are approaching 250 with this national championship race here, the grand final at the Division II level for the women's 8s. And your early leader at 250 is Central Oklahoma in lane 5 in that white boat with the white blades. They have about a deck advantage over basically dead level FIT and UC San Diego, who then enjoy about a deck advantage over current 4th place Western Washington. So we saw Western Washington win the 4s, and we'll see what they have in the middle of this race. I guess they've decided that their start is going to be a little bit more conservative potentially, and Central Oklahoma wants to go start to finish. They're sitting in that driver's seat. They have almost a half a length now, and I'm going to give second place by a foot maybe to UC San Diego, but I'm starting now to see that bow in front of us from Western Washington start to move into UC San Diego and Florida Tech. As we come through 500, it does look very controlled for Central Oklahoma right now, and they did come in, I believe, as your highest ranked crew in this regatta, and they're starting to show it. It's starting to really be evident in their boat speed that they're doing just a great job through the water, Mary. They have almost 3/4 of a length now, does Central Oklahoma, and it's too close to call between all 3 of the remaining boats, with Western Washington pushing back up and getting in the mix with UC San Diego and Florida Tech.
Central Oklahoma had a phenomenal start, transition down to base, very efficient, very powerful, commanding. They have bow deck right now over Western Washington, and Western Washington is neck and neck with Florida Tech. And just slightly behind is UC San Diego. They're about 2 seats behind Florida Tech, but it is trading bows between Florida Tech and Western Washington. Western Washington had a slower start relatively to the other field, but now they were very patient, very confident, and Florida Tech now has an answer of being level with Western Washington because Florida Tech now has that second position by 2 seats. They barely have contact with your leader, who is Central Oklahoma. We're talking about inches before Central Oklahoma has open water on the field. The race for second is still between Florida Tech, who owns it currently, and slightly behind is Western. But all boats are attacking. All boats are within their lane. Looking like everybody is moving very efficiently. UC San Diego, they were in that pack and then they fell off a little bit, but it looks like they regrouped because they're not losing any more ground off of Western Washington. UC San Diego is in 4th. They only need 2 seats until they're level with Western. Western now needs about 3 seats to a half a boat length to get back into that second position because Florida Tech is not fading. They've got a very quick strike with that water and that blade. A little bit higher stroke rate with Western, so Western has room to build. We've got 750 to go. Western's looking calm and confident. Florida Tech a little bit higher with that rate, a little bit more squirrely and feisty. If Western Washington just puts their foot down a little bit more on the pedal, increase their boat speed, second is attainable. Same thing with UC San Diego. UC San Diego's almost level with Western. I haven't been talking too much about Central Oklahoma because they keep exerting their dominance. They've got clear open water. They're in the lead. They're definitely within their own race plan, their own lane. It looks super fun in that boat right now. Very internal. 1,500 meters to go. Closing thoughts, David?
Yeah, 500 meters to go, and it's just defense for Central Oklahoma at this point. They have half a length of open water, which you saw on the camera, and Florida Tech is really just having an awesome race up there in lane 3, and they're going to try to hang on to that silver medal. They're going to get pushed by Western Washington, who's closest to the beach coming down, and those are your top 3, but still connected is UC San Diego. So if they could find a really just a monumental finish, they could get themselves into the medals. We're going to pass it off to you, Adrian. It has been a dominant row from Central Oklahoma trying to win a national championship.
And that's right. It is going to come down to points, and a lot is based on that previous race that we saw with the 4s. But right now, Central Oklahoma just took off from the start. They knew that they had to get a job done, and they have open water right now as we come into the final strokes. So excellent racing here. Very confident, very calm as the stroke ratings come up. I had them clocked at about a 34-35 for most of the body of this race. But as stroke ratings come up, they're going to put on a show as we come past the spectator area as they work their way towards a national championship. Again, it's going to come down to points. And so we won't say anything until all is said and done. But right now, Central Oklahoma looking golden with an open water lead. But it is tight right now between Western Washington, UC San Diego, and FIT. This is about as good as it gets with this Division II championship. It is all about Central Oklahoma, the Broncos capturing that gold medal right there, but it's going to come down to a bow ball victory. From my vantage point, that looks like UC San Diego took that second place position, but very too close to call between Western and FIT for that third or fourth place position. And that was UC San Diego in second, unofficially, followed by Florida Institute of Technology in third and Western Washington in fourth.